Good morning. It's Ayya Vimala. Seems kind of dark on the screen, doesn't it? This is Ayya Vimala, and this is Friday, February 26th, and I'm here in Northern Illinois. It's Friday, right? What a week. I was just listening to BBC News, and I thought, okay, now here's some news that should make us have a brighter view, I think. Not a brighter view, but a more realistic, aware view. It's easy for us in this country to complain if we're not getting our vaccines on time, and to complain because we're getting bored, or maybe we're not all that happy about being inside all the time, or the weather it's hard to be out in the weather a lot in our climate. But I was just listening to a reporter from Kenya about and I don't know if the country is Kenya or Ethiopia, but in addition to everything else, they have locusts, and the locusts are back and eating their crops that are for their families and whatever else is on the earth. And the government isn't able to help them, and it's been going on for years. And we don't have locusts here, and we're not out having to beat the people have resorted to just beating pots and pans as the locusts come back. And some very entrepreneurial folks have figured out a way to harvest the locust, and they can grind it up and use it for certain kinds of animal food. And I'm sure locusts, there are a lot of people who eat locusts. But when you're feeling a little bit sorry for yourself today or this weekend, think about that. Think about the things we don't have to endure. And just maybe think about how lucky we are that that's not an issue that we're dealing with. And it's been going on for a long time with them because the government doesn't seem to have anything to do with it. So it's just the entrepreneurs in the country who are getting people to harvest the locust. Oh, excuse my cough. Well, it's Friday, and I want to do meditation with you today, but I wanted to begin with our bodhicitta and bodhisattva verse. This is from Pema Chodron, and something she often uses at the beginning of a talk. May bodhicitta, precious and sublime, arise where it has not yet come to be, and where it has arisen, may it never fail, but grow and flourish more and more. So remember, bodhicitta is that open, awakened heart that's moving towards, purification, complete purification. So it's moving towards nibbana. And that's what we're all working with. Whatever path we're on, that's what we're all working towards. So it's very much like my wish, which is talking about the same things: being a bodhisattva, being a person with bodhicitta, and don't forget that. That's another thing that can raise our spirits, in addition to realizing we're not covered with locusts. So, before we start the meditation, I just want to kind of randomly read, and I promise only one short something from Dhamma Everywhere, which is one of Ashin Tejaniya's books, and it's this little square book. This one's kind of thick. Okay, Here's a page. Here's one. This is, maybe I've read this. Let's see. I think I've read some of that, so it has to, I'm trying to do it at random, but I hope everyone is feeling good today. And when we meditate, I want to include not only happiness, but the feeling of safety, because I know that there are a lot of people who don't feel safe. They don't feel protected from the virus yet, and they're still having to work. Okay, we'll just Dhamma in the Mornings. This is the chapter, Dhamma in the Mornings, Part 2. And I'm just going to read 2 pages. The following are transcribed sections of Ashin Tejaniya's English morning Dhamma reminders recorded over a 6-month period from October 2009 to March 2010. We've tried to keep his rhythm and style of speaking intact while organizing the morning reminders into discrete themes and eliminating some repetition in the text. The first one, mindfulness meditation is a learning process. Meditation is about cultivating the good qualities of mind. We are just trying to cultivate moment to moment, very simple. Don't forget what is happening in you. If awareness is present, wisdom is also present, and the mind is free, liberated. It is free from the wrong view and free from suffering. Mindfulness meditation is a learning process, not a creative process. So we are not trying to do anything. We just wait and watch what is happening as it is. Not wanting, no expectations. We just practice simply and continuously. We are not trying to make something happen, to resist anything, or to make anything disappear. We are not trying to create something. We are in the present moment, just staying in the present moment by being awake, knowing, and aware. We checking the attitude. We check our attitude first before we meditate. What attitude, what background ideas do you have when you meditate? And here's a short list. Do you want anything? Do you expect anything? Why are you meditating? Why are you being mindful? We want to understand. That is why we are watching and learning. We are not trying to control anything. We are not trying to create anything. We simply want to be in the present moment, awake, alert, aware. Check your state of mind. Check your quality of awareness in the observing mind. Is it tense or relaxed? What attitude do you have? Is the attitude right or wrong? Very often you need to check your attitude. When you are checking your mind, awareness is already present. Only reminding and checking is enough. Just check your effort, energy, and quality of mind. How do you feel when you are mindful? Wait and watch very simply with the right attitude. You don't want to control the experience. You don't want to change the object or the experience. Whatever is happening is not your responsibility. Your responsibility is right attitude and checking if awareness is present or not. And that it is moment to moment, And that is moment to moment, moment to moment, the awareness, I'm sorry. Check, learn, and have interest. That's a great explanation of mindfulness. And those questions are so important. Do we have expectations? Do we want anything? Do we want to be creative and have I think a lot of people want meditation to be creative. So they want to have visions, or they want to have visualizations, things popping into their mind that basically entertain them. And that's not what it is. So let's start with that, since we just read that part about mindfulness practice. And then I'll end with a little bit of loving kindness. So find the posture that lets your body know it's time to begin practice. Your body needs to be feeling awake, relaxed, but more at attention. I don't think we need to be alert, because that's almost like being aware that there's danger lurking. But be attentive. And someone's saying they just want that stream of thoughts to go away. Our thoughts will never just all go away, but what happens is we take our attention away from them. That's why we're doing this practice, because we're watching ourselves, observing ourselves. Are we feeding those thoughts? And if we aren't, if we're turning our attention away from them to just being, to that mindfulness practice, that just being aware and observing those, and I know exactly what you mean about the stream of thoughts. I really experienced that, and that was one of the first things to go away. And I can just look back and kind of remember what that was like. It's not how my mind is now. It has its moments, but it's not how it is now. So we're just observing. Close your eyes if you like. And if you leave your eyes open, you can certainly, that's how a lot of people meditate. But sometimes we close our eyes in our practice because it gives us a little bit of a break from all the visual information coming in through our eyes, and we can still see light with our eyes closed if it's sunny, but it may help us be a little bit more relaxed with our eyes closed. But certainly if you become sleepy or drowsy, open your eyes. That's the first thing to do to help you. But then you want to have a focus. It's kind of a downward gaze, so you're not being distracted with lots of visual elements. Now, because we've practiced together, the body knows this posture. The body may even know, okay, it's time to settle down. Just be aware of the breath. Your focus can be very lightly on your breath. Because if we're observing a sound, or observing something going on in our body or through one of our sense doors. We need to shift that focus a little bit, but we always come back to the breath as an anchor. Stay with your breath. Are you able to relax now, to feel at ease? You can support your body any way you need to support it so you can feel at ease. Can you let go of some of the tension? You can move through your body from head to toe or from your feet up to the top of your head, kind of checking yourself out. When you feel tension, when you feel a spot where you are not at ease, you can imagine you're breathing right into that spot for 1 or 2 breaths. Breathe in softness, and then as you exhale, you can just let go of the tension. Just breathe in, and as you breathe out, let go. And if you find it really difficult to scan through your body, maybe you're not in your body, maybe you're kind of all over the place. So then, find your posture again and take a few deep breaths in and out to help you become more focused in your body, more grounded. Put your feet on the floor. Let just 2 or 3 deeper breaths bring you back. Reconnect your mind and your body. Let go of any expectations. Have right attitude. And that's that we have no expectations other than the expectation that we can keep coming back to our breath when we become aware of our mind having gone off into a daydream or into all those thoughts. When we recognize that, We want to learn to just come back to our breath over and over. Observe your body. Observe what's going on within you. I've opened my patio door to let in some of the fresh air. So there are louder noises of traffic and some construction work. So you may be aware of that and be aware of how you feel about maybe those background noises. Pleasant, unpleasant, neutral. Just observe. Now I'd like to move into a short metta practice. So you can continue just practicing mindfulness, but I'd like to do a short metta practice with you because I know there's still such a need for us to be safe and to be careful. And as we move into the vaccinations from the pandemic and to help us be more resistant, there are so many people who aren't getting the vaccines and they still have to work. And I think there's a lot of anxiety and fear. And it's very important for us to be aware of that and of those people who are suffering because they have to continue in jobs where they don't feel protected. So let's just begin by sending those thoughts to yourself. May I be happy, and may I feel safe. May I be happy and feel safe. May I be happy and may I be safe. May I be happy, may I be safe. May my loved ones be happy and may they be safe. May my loved ones be happy and safe. May my loved ones be happy and safe. May my loved ones be happy and may they be safe. May all of my friends and acquaintances and the people I have not yet met, may they be happy, may they be safe. To my friends, acquaintances, and future friends, may they be happy, may they be safe. Now feel that radiation out, that boundless radiation of energy just going to infinity. May all living beings, human and non-human, be happy and be safe. May all living beings, human and non-human, be happy and be safe. By means of this meritorious deed, may I never join with the unwise, only the wise, until the time I attain Nibbana. I'll see you all Sunday, and have a beautiful weekend. Bye-bye.